Hello YouTube. Um, didn't get a chance to do more action videos because it's raining. It's raining pretty hard here in Vancouver. It's raining non-stop. So just gonna do this little quick update on my Wraith. Um, I have the Chris S backend installed on mine. Um, it's just cool to look at and it works really well. There's nothing it can't do. Um, when we compare it to other Wraith trucks that we modified or anybody that comes through here. Um, so this can do everything. Um, I have a few small differences. Pretty much it's the exact same thing as Chris's. I just had access to um, a little bit better parts. Like this is the red piece here is a one piece instead of like multiple small pieces. Um, I don't know if you can see it, but in here I used every single bolt hole and everything goes to the middle, not to the side. Um, that's pretty much it. Just an update to let everybody asks me what motor I'm running. It started out as a 55 turn on 3-cell lithium, but we realized quickly that we needed more wheel speed than that. So then we went to the Novak 13.5 system, whatever they call it, the Timbuktu Wraith Edition. It was a disappointment. It's okay for ripping around, but as soon as you put it through some difficult stuff, like just going over something that's really steep, it just cuts out and it overheats, shuts down. Just pretty much everyone I know of that bought one of those Timbuktus has gotten rid of it by now, and this is in the last 2 months. So what we are running in our trucks is a 17.5 turn motor. I personally have a T10. Here's one here. Running this just 17.5. It's a 17.5 turn, and the speed controller I'm running is it's a Mamba Max Pro, and we're using the sensor wire. The programming in the Mamba Max Pro is just great. You can do your drag brake wherever you want. So you can set it up real nice for pretty much to do everything you want it to do. So that's what we're running, 17.5 turn. You can buy any brand 17.5 turn. I think the T-Cans are right around $100, so why not? Another thing, this is the more complicated part here. Everybody just does one thing. Like let's say I got my Wraith and everybody puts a ton of weight in the tires or on the chassis, and they're saying, wow, it made it so much better. Well, yeah, it made it better for a small section of what's out there. It does maybe extra weight on the chassis for no reason, does extremely steep well, but not much else. So the way this truck has been designed and everything you've seen on my channel is the goal is to be able to do anything that's extremely steep, off camber. By the way, everybody was worried about this not doing off camber. It can do off camber better than pretty much everyone else I rock crawl with, and they have the correct geometry in their trucks. So where was I going with this? Oh yeah, the changes that people make. They make changes that don't really work. So what we set out to do is make changes or change it so that it's capable of anything. So it can do extreme vertical, it can do extreme flex over objects. What else can it do? Oh yeah, it can jump. It's got a lot of um, suspension travel, both front and back end. So basically, we wanted to design an all-around truck. We knew it was possible, um, but this all-around truck turned out to be better than we thought, because it does everything so well. There's nothing it can't do, nothing I can think of. I'm sure you guys out there will post some comments asking me whether it can do this or that. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I'll get into more technical stuff. Maybe I'll just go ahead and do that now. When you guys make the vehicle flex, or you change your shocks, change your springs, whatever, and you guys go like this, what you want to see happening is this shock on this side, you want to see that compressed all the way before this rear tire comes off the ground. So I'm not sure how you're going to see this. Maybe this way. You can do it with any corner. So I'm going to go like this. This shock is compressed all the way here, and only now that tire starts to come off the ground. Most people's trucks is like you lift about here and then this rear tire starts to come off the ground. So what you want to see or work on is make sure that your shock compresses all the way before that side starts lifting up. That's one important tip there. Everybody's wondering why anti-roll bars. I'll just quickly go over that and then I'll stop, because it's probably a pretty long video now by now. In order to make your suspension soft this way, with both shocks moving, you need to run softer springs. If you just run the softer springs and you don't have an anti-roll bar, side to side will be too soft. So in order to get your side to side correct, you need to run an anti-roll bar, because the springs are now soft and it just can't handle one side only. So this is just a wire, and it basically, anti-roll bars only work when the truck does this. I can explain it in more complicated terms, but that's all it does. It works when you move side to side like this. For racing, it's when you go into a corner. So so this is very important when you go to softer springs, and you should go to softer springs because the stock Wraith is extremely unproportional in terms of shock stiffness stock out of the box. I mean, you drop the stock Wraith and it bounces 4 more times before it comes to complete stop. That's because the front suspension or rear suspension is so hard out of the box. So if you want to have a nice flush landing, you got to go to a softer spring, but you got to run an anti-roll bar. And again, you got to play with this and make sure that, you know, the shock compresses all the way, like right there, all the way, and now the tire comes off the ground. It'll be good if you get close to that, where your shock compresses all the way and then the tire comes off the ground. That's about it. Oh, people always ask me about weight in the tires. I don't have extra weight in the tires because the way the suspension is designed, this truck gets um, basically a lot of mechanical grip. It comes from the suspension and from everything. So um, I have, these are GHH um, metal rims. They're aluminum, black aluminum. I'm trying to show you the company. This is the company that makes the rims. They're $100 for all four. Um, so no weight in the tires. It's not necessary. Like everything, if you everything is a trade-off when you tune the suspension. So uh, remember that you take away from one thing to gain another. So that's about it. YouTube. We'll have more. Don't know when. Hope that helped with your Wraith setups and whatever you can do to make this truck a little better, because it is a lot of fun to drive. I love driving mine. Um, that's about it. Maybe I'll film some performance stuff later if I get a chance. Thank you.